Nowadays, because of the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic, the schools are now stopped teaching students at school and turn into another kind of education. It is online study. So, I don't want to say that in just the period of the COVID-19. I want to say when the COVID-19 is off and people feel free, online study can, I guess, can replace completely traditional study. First, because it's less stressful. They just learn at their place of living, which means that they are more active and creative and get a better condition for learning. And also, like when you sit at the classroom, teacher just inspect you and see what you're doing. When you're studying alone, you cannot. The teacher cannot see you.
So I see what you mean. Now I'm going to tell you, like online study is not like as you say because for some students they will use online study as a place at time they can play games and it creates more distraction for them. The second thing is you tell me about like the teacher can see what you done right. So this means that's a good sign because the teacher can check on you like where are you like where did you wrong, like where did you make like the mistake, and they can teach you, like they can show you the way to fix it. But when you online study, like the teacher didn't know what are you doing, and you didn't even ask them a question, so they don't even know like what are you doing, and they don't know where is your mistake, and they couldn't like help you improve your result.
So you mentioned that studying at traditional studying at school makes the teacher can teach the students more easily and they can answer the questions. They can answer the question of students. But you know, online studying can't do that either because the student can call the teacher in order to ask the teacher the question and knowledge that they don't understand, and I guess this is a problem. And also, the online study can encourage the students self-discipline because they have to study alone without any help of the students or the teachers. So it makes them better at learning, and this forces them to study by themselves, which means studying by themselves is the best way of learning.
So I heard that you said about self-discipline. So let me tell you here, like a lot of students didn't have that. And if you say about like self-study, it means like you trying to do something by yourself. But what about like when you make a mistake? You think like a big mistake, like you are near your maybe your exam and you have a full list of like what you have to study, what you have to do, and there are a lot of exercise that you don't even know how to do it. Even if you try to search online, you try to ask a question of your friends, you still don't know how to do it. So what should you do? You call the teacher, and if the teacher couldn't see where your mistake, how can they help you to improve it? Try to answer that.
Alright, I see your point of view, and I agree with that. But as you said before, the student can do whatever they want, like sleeping, eating while learning. Well, the school has a responsibility to enforce rules for making them to prevent them to doing that thing. So that was not a problem at all. And studying online can make the students more confident, especially for the instructor, because they don't want to talk with anyone, and they just like studying alone, and like you're just talking at a screen, so you don't have to worry and don't have to worry and more confident than standing in front of the crowd. And studying alone, which means that there's makes you more studying alone is better for instructor.
Okay.